What is going on, good people of the internet? It is time once again for us to come together as African American nerds, as blerds, as black nerds, whatever you want to call us. We are back at it again with our show we call Blerd Grounds. We are back once again. It's been a minute. We've been coping with the current COVID-19 situation, but we are here. And do what we are going to do is have a little bit of a send-off party, because our man Marcus is going to be leaving us for a bit, but he will return soon enough. So we're going to go ahead and hang out, talk about some good stuff, and we are going to send him off in style. So don't forget that you can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, YouTube. Officially, we are also on iHeartRadio if you enjoy that app. We're working on getting ourselves on Pandora. So check out all those great places. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Blerd Grounds, and you can check out the website On Comics Ground on Twitter and Instagram at On Comics Ground. And you can check out the website On Comics Ground with some hyphens between those words for us, where you can check out all of our previews, reviews, solicitations, and more. We post all of our good content for you good people. Excuse me. Now, my name is James Portis. I am congested as hell, and I will introduce my amazing team that is hanging out with me this evening. Under me, we have the doctor, who is randomly muted for some reason. Hopefully he's not dead. We have Dr. Aaron Jones. How you doing this evening?
Yeah, no one's dead. I'm very, very alive.
Thank God.
Doing all right. Just trying not to get cabin fever.
I feel that cabin fever has been horrible. Literally, I went to Kroger for fun this past week, bro. I literally went and was like, you know what? I want some ice cream. I'm going to Kroger. Like, it's like Ohio's on fucking lockdown right now. They gotta stay in your home order except for essentials. You know what? Ice cream is essential. I'm going to the store because I got me some Ben and Jerry's.
Right.
It just getting out of the house. It feels good. Like, and plus the weather's not horrible right now, so it's like, I'll walk outside for 5 minutes. And next on our amazing cast of characters, we have the woman who is finally returning to us after her amazing move through the state. And thank God she is safe. We have Jasmine. How you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm alive. Have not gotten sick yet.
Thank God.
Kind of a miracle. Pretty sure my little brother had it. So I'm pretty sure like the entire mom side of my family is infected at some point.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, he had the flu, or they thought it was the flu, but when he got tested for it, this was about a week or so before the virus hit Seattle. They were like, this doesn't show up as the flu, and they were like, that's weird. Then about 3 days later, he developed double pneumonia.
Oh my gosh.
And he's 5, so it was a scary time for a second there, but he kicked it and is doing much better. And,
Thank God.
Yeah, we're fine now. So.
All right.
It was a moment.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have the man who is like doing some big things. We have the man who is leaving us, and we are sending him off in style this evening. We have Marcus Freeman. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm happy to be back, going on a journey of self-discovery, and I shall be back a wiser person.
Okay.
We can only hope so.
All right, and then we have the man whose afro grows to the great heights of the world. He is playing League of Legends in the basement of all basements. We have Travis Tucker. How you doing?
Not in the basement. Doing all right.
Oh, I thought you were in the basement.
No.
Oh, my bad.
These intros are getting funnier and funnier as we go along.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Especially Travis's. Travis's are always like, he's always like, what the fuck?
You gotta have fun with it, man.
I'm doing all right though. I'm in the tri-state of California, Arizona, and Nevada, so it's weird having both Nevada and California pretty much shut down. But it's such a weird like podunk area that everyone's like, no, we're essential.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Stay
Stay home, people. Please.
Definitely stay at home. I was wrong for going to the store, but like, you know what? Stay home. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started. We want to just get talk about the updates we've been getting recently. We've had this virus affecting a lot of people, like Jasmine just talked about. Like me and Travis are like a hardcore lockdown. Actually, me, Travis, Aaron, Marcus, everyone's kind of on lockdown, hardcore. Jasmine, you're on lockdown. You're the one of the hardest states where it happened.
Yep. Yep. There was a while there where we weren't sure if our governor was going to issue a stay-at-home order, but it got to the point where we just couldn't avoid it. So, yeah, Washington is real messed up right now.
I'm glad you're okay. And we didn't think this was gonna be this crazy. So, but like, thankfully, we're all okay. I know that there is a lot of debate politically over this situation, though I wish politics were just kind of put aside in regards to people dying. But y'all know how it be.
Mm.
Most definitely. And I just hope that people kind of listen and stay home as long as they can, hold out as long as they can, because the sooner we all get on the same page, the sooner this will all go away.
Yeah, definitely.
My roommate and I went for a grocery run. That's why I was a little late. And it's just kind of weird how like all of our lives have changed overnight, kind of. Just like the culture of everyone here is simultaneously like dress code. Obviously, a lot of people are wearing masks and stuff like that, and we wipe down the carts with like alcohol wipes before we take off with them. But like it's also just the fact that everyone is kind of almost clingier. Like these people, aside from my roommate, are the first people I've seen and talked to in like a week and a half, and like everyone is a lot nicer and more talkative. Washingtonians we're not really talkative. We don't really talk a lot. Not at least in the like Seattle-ish area, and it's bizarre to see that. I think that people are so isolated now that we're desperate for human contact, even if it isn't like physical contact. It's really weird to see. It's like an entire cultural shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We're actually living history right now. This is something like our children and our children's children are going to read about in their history book, like this time period.
Like it's insane because like you have people in school that aren't able to freaking finish right now. Like Aaron, I can't even imagine like what has it been like for you with the whole situation. I've been curious to know.
So we essentially like 3 weeks ago we were told to stay at home as far as what was happening in the counties around us in Northern California because Santa Clara County and San Francisco were like the numbers were jumping up really quickly. And then Santa Cruz eventually is like, oh yeah, y'all should stay at home too. The shelter in place, quote unquote, order. And you know, as far as school and how work is, as far as that, I'm just doing literally everything from home. We pretty much told students that you can either stay here for the duration of the quarter. We're on the quarter system, or you can go home and do things remotely from there. And so a good like 75% of our students actually like went home or are planning to go home. We start tomorrow again, and the entire spring quarter is going to be remote. We're still having conversations as to whether or not, depending on how things are, whether or not commencements and graduations will be canceled. Particularly, I'm a part of working with Black graduation, where we're not going to cancel until like it's actually time to cancel, but that seems to be likely that a large gathering of that size is probably not going to be good in June. But we're not going to do that until other schools like UC Irvine and other places have been like, yep, nope, it's canceled. If we do not have it in June commencement, then we'll likely postpone it rather than completely cancel. So looking at maybe like a fall kind of situation, or just trying to figure things out as best as possible. I'm teaching a class next quarter too, so like I have to figure out how to do this shit online. And yeah, it's just kind of that like literally readjusting everything to figure out how we can still deliver education. How can we support folks? Why my voice doing that? How can we support folks? Like we're figuring out things like about like, well, what if you don't have secure online internet? Or how do we support folks that don't have their own computers, or people that don't have spaces at home for people that work? Like we literally were able to buy like office stuff, like literally don't come back to the office to pick up things like ergonomic chairs, and like they was just like just buy it and get it sent to your house. Like don't come back to campus. So yeah, it's been pretty damn crazy.
That blows my mind, man. Like for a while, because I work at a gym currently, and I was like, I really don't know how long the governor of Ohio is gonna let gyms stay open. And then like we went back to work that Monday, and while I was sitting at work, the press conference on YouTube was live, and this man said gyms and every recreational place of business is closing. I was like, well, at least I made it to Monday. Like it really was rough. Now, in terms of in terms of folks like Travis and Marcus, y'all being essentials. I know Marcus, you're more working from home, but like, and then Travis, I don't know how you're really dealing with the situation currently. Like, can y'all like give some thoughts on this?
I don't really interact with people at my job. Like the only people I interact with are my coworkers. So if they're exposed, I'm in danger, I guess. Or if the house that we're working on has been exposed, we'll be in danger. But I haven't really dealt with much as far as that's. We just got our first case like the other day, but it's been skyrocketing since. Yeah, well, because a lot of people out here, it's a very right-leaning area, so everyone thinks it's kind of a hoax. It's that kind of place.
Real fast.
Yeah.
I put in the chat this tracker that has been pretty much tracking the numbers like globally.
Bing.com. What is this?
Look, throw away your judgment, please.
I thought Bing was dead.
It is alive.
You're gonna use Ask Jeeves, next year.
Open the link. It's a very comprehensive link of all of the cases.
I mean, like, I'll give you the pass because it's Microsoft, but I'm like, damn, I thought Bing was dead, bro. Damn, 536,400.
Open the link. Open the link and look at it.
One thing about Jones, he has brand loyalty.
I go with what works. Look.
Oh my god.
I mean, for me, LA County has been hit hard, like tremendously hard. And I think it's because of just the demographics and the way the county is. Like there's different, like the county has so many different regions, from like desert regions, mountainous regions, like densely populated areas, less populated areas. There's the beach. There's all these different parts to LA County, and I think that's kind of what's led it to kind of spread. And then it's such a social area. People don't want to be in the house here, and the mayor literally had to close shit down to keep people from doing stuff. Like recently,
people were at the beach, and they were going in big groups, going to trails.
Yeah, going on.
Y'all must be out your damn minds,
like that. Right? And the mayor was like, "Look, you dumbasses! I'm shutting all this shit down. Shut down. You cut off."
Like I don't get it, man. Like for real,
no more whack Arnolds for you.
I can't say for sure that it was mostly white folks, but like in terms of just the stupidity of it, what in the name of God? I don't care if y'all want spring break. I don't care if y'all have cabin fever. There has to be some part of you that realizes that there are literally thousands of people dying to this. Like
it goes to what Jasmine was kind of speaking on a little bit earlier. Like we as humans, we're social creatures, and we crave human interaction. And I think kind of being cooped up in your house, it's hard for a lot of people, and you kind of want to get out and be around other people, and and I think it's probably what people's coping mechanisms were too. Like a lot of people went to the beach or went hiking as part of their ways to cope with like just the day to day stress of existing. And now when that's taken away, it's kind of made stuff a lot harder for people.
Yeah.
I think another part of it is there's a lot of misinformation going around, where it seemed like for a while there that the virus wasn't necessarily taking root in younger people. And that has been since debunked. I think it's pretty indiscriminate at this point. I think that there's a lot of unknowns, and the damage was pretty much done by that initial misinformation spreading. People are maybe not so much thinking that it's a hoax, but thinking that they are invincible and that they'll recover and stuff like that. Or, I mean, the general attitude of younger people these days is our world is already so screwed that's just like, this might as well kill me. That was dark, but I mean, like...
no, but it's accurate, though. But it's accurate.
I mean, they got like
guys
Vanessa Hudgens was the one that did it first, where she was like everyone gonna die someday. Like, I was like, damn, really?
And I think there's that generational divide,
that's a very
too,
big thing. Yeah, that's a very big thing. I'm younger than y'all, except for James. But I just am aware that for a very long time, for me as well, it was looking at the world we were supposed to inherit and understanding that there's not a lot we can do with it. And some people have the attitude that maybe they can save it, and some people have the attitude that why bother? You might as well live while you're here.
Yeah, and I think there's that whole thing with millennials and boomers and how they're kind of at each other's throats. And there's probably a lot of millennials that are kind of quietly celebrating that is attacking the boomer age group the most. And then the boomers are resentful.
Not so
of
quietly, I feel like.
Right. Yeah, and that's not something I agree with, but that I can see that is right as being a reason. And I know you guys heard one of the early misinformation put out there that black people couldn't catch it. Did you guys hear that?
I didn't hear that. I did not hear that.
Right. It took an NBA
The numbers in Africa are still low. I mean,
right.
But I think I even got caught up a little bit in it's not that big a deal. Like the plane prices were super low, and I was about to be in Hawaii. I should have been in Hawaii this past week. And then it started to get, Hawaii also is getting the order. Like literally the Monday before I left on a Wednesday, it said, yeah, we're going to stay inside too. And I was like, yeah, it's not going to be any point in going if it's all over.
I 100% just thought this was going to be like another SARS, another bird flu, another mad cow disease. Yeah, swine flu. I 100% thought it was going to be one of those. I remember the
might
weekend.
Have been if we had a pandemic response team, but we don't.
Woo,
hey, we can trust pets, right? We can trust pets, right?
Hey, Jasmine is average. Jasmine is on her way to a 50-point game right now. She's dropping eaters.
No hitter.
It's been a really long couple of weeks.
It really has. But to your guys' point, you guys are 100% right. Because I know before California put that shelter in place order, I was at the mall that weekend. No, at the outlet. So I was like, man, I'm about to get in on these deals. Ain't gonna be a lot of people there. I'm gonna come up. And in hindsight, I kind of regret that. But the crazy thing, there was elderly people there shopping.
Wow.
The same thing.
So at that point, I was like, man, if they don't care, I don't care. But then as more information came out, I was like, yep, it's time to just stay in the house with it.
My brother, obviously having the double pneumonia, it being pretty clear that he probably had it. I knew not to go out because I probably had it. So I never had any symptoms. I don't know if I caught it or not. I was never tested, but for the most part, I have lived these past couple of weeks in severe isolation. It's been driving me absolutely bonkers. I think that my roommate is the only thing that's saving me right now, because otherwise I would be tearing my hair out. Almost literally, I am this close to shaving off my curls, all of it.
Why is everyone trying to shave their head lately?
Damn,
because
man.
we need a
New look alert.
radical change that we can control, to exert the control that we can in our lives, because all of it is out of control. That is why. It's either shave your head, like paint your head a different color.
I mean, yeah, I did
or-
bleach my hair, so I kind of understand that.
There you go.
And then black folks also like, man, the line in my barber when this is all over is going to be around the corner. It's going to be
Oh,
like
you right?
God, I'm so ready to just.
I really pray that my barber stays in business throughout this, because that's low key going to be one of the. I might go to my barber before I see my family.
Bro, the barber, fucking like comic shops are getting hit hard. Like, just any business that isn't like normal, isn't like corporate owned, is looking real rough right now.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about panel about how like Diamond shutting down has been like this scary time for the comic industry.
I also tend to think that there's a potential for things to kind of change for the better after this. Like, you've seen the clip in Italy where, because there's no boats, there's like dolphins swimming closer to the city and the water was clearer. I think this gives the environment a little bit of probably not too much, but maybe slightly. I think we're kind of seeing these corporations for what they are. I know pretty much all of us here have already seen that, but they're pretty much the average person who didn't really educate themselves. They're seeing how full of shit a lot of these corporations are, how incompetent our government is. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of change for the better. And that's just me maybe probably being an optimist, but I just see people kind of looking at things going forward in a different way.
And all those jobs that you could easily work from home from, and the meetings that should have been an email, and all the other thing, and potential innovations that could happen by us being at home and having more time to ourselves to think and to not be in the quote unquote rat race. I definitely agree that there could be some good that comes from this, as far as the way our society is structured. But going back to James's point about comic shops, like comics in general, like I remember like a couple of people have texted me, "Is it over for comics? Are they all gonna die?" Like, I don't think that is gonna be a thing, but I think the actual physical, like, because Diamond is shut down, like the actual physical comics and getting it from a local comic shop, like I think that is heavily in danger, because there's probably not going to be any bailouts for the local comic shop to recover from.
Arts don't get bailout money.
Yeah, no, like,
it's not like we're all holed up in our fucking hidey holes with Netflix or anything.
You're fine. Like it's just, from right now, from what we know, is that DC Comics is currently working with Penguin Random House to finally break free of the monopoly that Diamond has had on the industry since the 90s. Because back in the day, we had it where there was multiple distributors. It wasn't just Diamond being the ultimate thing. We had it like there was even a competition going around of who was going to be what distributor, and then if you were with one distributor, you could like one comic shop couldn't order from for Marvel's books or DC's books because you were with that other distributor. Like, things were getting rough. It got to the point where Marvel tried to buy a distributor, and they fucked up the new system so bad that the whole damn distributor burnt down, and they had to go over to Diamond, hand over fist, like, hey, yeah, we kind of screwed. So it got to, like, Diamond became this monopoly that lorded over the entire industry. And when the government came a knocking, like, hey, this is a monopoly, we need to stop this, the publishers are like, no, please God, no, we will surely die if you do this. So the government backed off, but like we're at a point where DC finally had to look somewhere else for an option. You have different publishers talking about digital options now. But it's a different time period, and like, yeah, there's great companies like Mad Cave Studios that are trying to start a GoFundMe and trying to help like comic book shops. But that's only going to go so far. And like y'all talked about, there's no bailouts. This is about just as bad as the bubble bursting back in the 90s, where you had everybody. Like, there's this great quote from Method Man that happened in a documentary he was on about comics, where they had the diamond cover, the platinum cover, all these different cover variants, stuff like that for comic books, for different Spider-Man books. So they had all these different variants. Like, it got really bad to the point that the entire industry bursted because all these books had no value anymore. So we're at the point where the industry is facing another bubble burst, but in reverse, where there's nothing there to sell. It's very interesting.
Right. Well, I kind of want to pivot a little bit and kind of ask you guys, what have you guys been doing to kind of pass the time at home, and what you guys have like recommendations on what we can do to kind of pass the time?
I've been composing, reteaching myself how to play piano, and learning Spanish. Oh, and I've been binging Star Kid musicals.
Nice.
I feel like Jasmine's gonna walk out of this with a PhD.
Oh my god.
I intend to. I am going so stir crazy. I'm also learning I'm a workaholic, which I kind of suspected before, but I didn't know until I could not work. I've been going so absolutely insane. My anxiety levels are through the roof. I wake up every morning feeling panicky and stressed and having a lot of excess energy. And so I've been going for walks. I've been making music and rediscovering my music. I've been watching Star Kid musicals, and I've been learning Spanish.
Dope. I'm glad you're finding outlets for that, though. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of nervous energy.
For me, it's been this ongoing thing of just like sleep, video game sleep. I finally broke it and tried to like write again. It's been kind of nice. I've been reading a lot more. Nice. Comics have been like this really good thing for me. I actually started reading this like cheeky gay romance novel. It's been kind of like cheering me up, dealing with the stress of coming back out and dealing with all this drama, but also just like the virus itself having me so isolated because I'm a very social human. So it's just like I don't like not having people to talk to. Mm-hmm. So me constantly being on party chat with my friends and talking and playing games. I finally beat Doom 2016, which was very cathartic for me. Like finally, like beating a beast that was just sitting on my shelf. Like, this is a really hard game, and you're not that good at FPSs. And it was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it, and I tore it to shreds. I even played it on nightmare mode, and it felt good. And now I bought Doom Eternal, and this thing's kicking my ass. And I'm like, oh, God. So that's been kind of my issue. I finally started My Hero Academia, so I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Nice.
Travis.
I have invested in a gaming PC, and that's kind of been all-consuming because of the amount of things I with an actual PC that I've been depriving myself of with a Chromebook.
I told you.
Don't buy Chromebooks.
Ooh, Aaron's gonna
dead ass.
Aaron's not gonna like that shade.
Oh no, like Travis, I literally feel like the dude from Astronomy Club from that first episode, where it's like, I told y'all, I sent you 533 emails. Like that's how I feel right now.
I told you.
Oh, Aaron, you like Chromebooks? Let's have a conversation. You like Chromebooks, sir?
I don't know. From experience, they're terrible.
So, so you enjoy buying apps to put on your desktop from a Chrome web store rather than being able to install different programs. Is that what you're telling me, sir? Oh, the doctor.
Aaron,
the doctor is silent.
Did the Rona get you, Aaron?
Shit.
That's a damn shame.
Aaron, are you okay? Aaron?
I think he forgot to mute himself.
Aaron, did you die?
I'm alive. I'm alive. What happened?
We've been sitting here roasting Chromebooks and you've been silent.
I've been yelling. That's like 5 minutes. Like,
oh no, we couldn't hear you, bro.
I feel like the part in Pulp Fiction where you got hit with the adrenaline shot. I think that's what just.
I'm alive.
I am definitely alive, and I definitely use Chromebooks. I was not interested in the customability, and like it got me through my masters, and yeah, it was a very cheap option. Of course, I had like a real computer at the time in my office that I made use of. But yeah, like what's what? I did move on to a different laptop from my like after I came back to California, but
So the year is 2014. I had just graduated from high school. I had saved up $1,000 because I wanted to walk into Best Buy and get the best possible computer for college. I had picked out all the specs. I was going to walk in and get it. I had picked everything out. Walked in. This is when the Chromebooks first came out. The Google representative walked up to my mama, and he did that dumb thing that salesmen like to do, because I'm a comm major, and even before that, I had been helping judges in high school like win elections, because my mom was a Republican and had me doing her dirty work. Because as Bow Wow said in Tokyo Drift, I can sell a brother to a mug. Like, it don't matter. Like, I can do like that was my stick. So she walked, like the Google representative walked up to her. And he sold her like it's great for school, and she said, "Screw all that money you saved up. You're gonna buy this $200 piece of crap." And I'm like, "What?" And I get this computer in my hand. I take it home. Volume, nothing. There's like no volume on it. I can get Netflix. That's cool. I can get Spotify. That's cool. But like, can I install Steam and play a game? No. Can I install Facebook on it, or can I pull up Facebook? Yeah, barely. Can I watch YouTube? You have to download the YouTube app from the Google Web Store. Wait, what? I can't just go to YouTube.com? No. Like, what is this? And then finally, as I'm at college and I'm away from my mother, and I finally moved away from home because my mother was abusive and I don't talk to her no more. I save up enough money to buy a new laptop. I bought an HP Pavilion, not the best option, but you know what I did, what I had to do. Something better, and I got it, and it was so much better. And then what was it, Travis? About a year and a half ago, Travis comes to me and says, "I'm gonna get me a better laptop so I can write articles." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like give me some recommendations." Yeah, here's a couple options. Like, because when I'm getting a computer, you get what you put into it. You get the best quality of how much money you put into it. And he comes up. And he comes home and says, "I got a Chromebook." You did what now? You did what now?
You had a very particular experience and particular needs that were not met by this particular piece of equipment. Because you didn't get your needs met doesn't mean that no one can get their needs met.
Your experiences are not universal, James.
This man was pissed because I was right.
But Aaron's also right, because I only got it for, and then like later on podcasting, and it served that purpose rather well. But I couldn't do anything else, and I was like, why do I even have this? I hate this.
Thank you. Like don't get me
wrong,
$250.
So
it's $250. It's decent. I even recommended it to a friend because all she wanted to do was like get on Netflix and shit. I'm like, look, for what you want, this does the job. But I hate the operating system. Hell, halfway through its life cycle, when I had the thing, I tried to install Linux on it because I wanted something better than this. Because I tried to put Windows on it, it crashed. So I tried to I went into the freaking operating settings and I took the Google OS off of it, and it couldn't handle it. And I was like, bro, this is so tragic. Like, Google OS is good on a phone, it's good on a tablet, but it's not good as a computer. When you tell me I have to download Netflix from an app store and I can't go to Netflix.com, I have a problem. But the rant's over. I apologize.
So whole ass tangent.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of anger in that too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because I have a G15 7000 gaming laptop in front of me. It's the laptop that Ant-Man used in Ant-Man the Wasp to save Michelle Pfeiffer from the Microverse. I like this thing.
There was a lot to unpack there.
Like literally,
Right,
this
right.
is the laptop they had in the movie, and they had them on sale after the movie. And I was like, I'm gonna scoop that up. It has a 1050 Ti and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. It does the job, and I love it. It was only $700. So I am proud of this little baby right here.
So,
Damn.
Hey, Travis, you're the one that bought a whole damn tower, so you better than me.
I mean, but you were saying like it's what you put into it that you get out of it, and I have like super duper nerds for friends who have like really insane gaming laptops, and so one of them was like, "Hey, I got a new. Do you want this one for like 150?" I was like, "Yeah, yes, right now." And so since then, I've been just kind of just PC gaming the whole time, and then just like binging Netflix. Like I binged the hell out of Snowfall. I binged like the Wu-Tang Saga, like I was telling you guys earlier. Oh my god!
I need to watch.
Oh my god! It's so good. If you tried to watch like SOA and found the way they handled the black community to be terrible, Snowfall is for you. It's the best way I can put it.
Okay.
It's the best show on television, in my opinion.
Agreed.
It's pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Okay.
But my quarantine routine is, I think it's similar to James and Travis pretty much. Just I think one of the things that I kind of missed but realized I wasn't missing anything is getting up in the morning and watching like the talking heads with sports. So, the Shannon Sharps and the Skip Baylesses and all those guys. And I realized, especially right now, I mean, usually they're never talking about shit, but especially now they're not talking about shit. So that's what I do in the mornings when I'm working from home. But other than that, it's kind of like you guys streaming Netflix, streaming Hulu, catching up on shows. I'm almost finished with Archer 1999. I made a point to go back and finally finish The Wire. I've been stuck on the last season for like the last maybe 5 years. So I'm almost done with The Wire.
Travis, you wrong for this meme. I hate you.
Which one?
The Lightning McQueen one. You're horrible.
Ka-chow.
I hate you for that. I hate you. Travis, you need to make a freaking like Twitter meme like account like just for your memes because you be going out of control with it.
I don't know. My memes are like sometimes they're really stupid, and other times they're like, "Oh my god, did he just?"
That's
yes,
just what
I did.
memes are.
Yes.
Right. And yeah, playing different games too. Like I finally finished Mortal Kombat 11 story mode, so that's pretty cool. Messing around with the downloadable characters. I think I'm gonna get down on some Ultimate Alliance 3 tonight. I haven't finished that yet, so I need to do that.
I still need to beat that damn game. I stopped at the X-Men.
Same. And just watching movies I never got around to. Like I just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on Friday, and I do not understand the point of that movie. But it looked nice at least.
Hey,
yeah,
Leo can do no wrong.
Oh, he's amazing. He's probably like in my top 5 of actors, but I just don't understand the point of that movie. Does Tarantino want the 60s to be back again? I'm confused.
Yes.
But okay. But yeah, other than that, that's where I'm at with it.
All right. Mr. Dr. Jones.
Yes, sir. So I think can you hear me? Because
yes,
you are audible. Just say that I'm dead. Sheesh.
You are audible.
So I've been binging things. I've been reading. I started Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I finished Kindred. I had the graphic novel version, and I just finished that. Crazy book. Also by Octavia Butler, but adapted by some other folks. I saw the Madam C.J. Walker thing. I feel like we should talk about that one day. If folks will see it. Very interesting. Like it was like the acting was good, and that was it. I got some issues, but I watched the oh my god, the Tiger King. Have any of y'all watched
Everyone
this?
keeps telling me to watch this, and I keep
It's like-
ignoring
I
it.
saw
Like,
the
it just,
trailer and I know
Yo.
something out of that. I don't know what that is about, but I feel like everyone
Yeah.
who watches it is sucked into a cult, so I'm just gonna leave it.
It's a
Right.
train wreck.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Jasmine. I'm with you.
It is a vortex. It is a
It's a
vortex
vortex.
that will pull you in and make you look up, what are these people doing now? Like, the memes are out of this world right now because like, it's nuts. Like, it's just a snowball of madness from every episode, and I'm just really like, what in God's name is happening in Oklahoma? That
No.
like,
Honestly, though,
I did not know that was occurring there. Like, you have to watch it. Everybody has to watch it.
it's this weird, like, dark magic where, like, you hate everyone there, but you just can't stop watching.
That's
Oh my
precisely why I'm not going to start. This is what everybody says about cigarettes.
I mean, this is still better than cigarettes. I think watching Joe Exotic has its own merits, to say the very least.
Yeah, I don't think I can watch a show where the main character has a porn star name.
Damn. That's fucked up. But no, like, it just from I know for a lot of us it's been rough, but like, I feel as if I think people are finally starting to get their shit together. Like, running out on the beach when people are dying, it's finally stopped being a thing. But like, it just hopefully, like, I wanted to beat that one dude's ass so badly. The dude who was like, if I get corona, I get corona. But we playing this spring break months ago, and we didn't want to miss it. I was like, really?
He probably did get it. I think like multiple people got corona from that spring break when that beach was
I heard
crowded.
he apologized.
Yeah, and the numbers in
Oh,
Florida
yeah, he
freaking
went on
doubled.
Twitter and apologized for it, but I was like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Let's see why.
Also, last thing, I caught up on a lot of the new X-Men stuff.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Just all the new X-Men stuff has been kind of like crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised at how good Hellions was. I thought that was going to be shit.
I still need to read Hellions. Everyone keeps telling me to, and I've been ignoring it.
It's like the new way that Sinister kind of talks to everybody is pretty funny.
He's very sassy.
Yeah,
Well,
and
Sinister was
now
always salty. The hell you mean?
it's a different kind.
Oh,
It's different. It's different.
Okay. If Sinister's
But
shit, I'm
now
happy.
he has some things going on. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
I was like, definitely check that out. Is there any comics y'all have been reading besides like your assignments and whatnot that y'all want to shout out and like give people recommendations?
I'm going to shout out Philadelphia one more time because that book is just that damn good.
It is. It's freaking amazing. I finally got around to finishing Jeff Lemire's Black Hammer, and it will go down in history as one of my favorite comic book series of all fucking time. And I will never not stop praising Jeff Lemire as like the GOAT that he is for how well that book is. Like, and on top of that, he put out a whole reading order of his entire Black Hammer run and just put it out for everybody. And I was like, really? You do this to me now? And I had to go back and finally finish the last arc because it just literally Black Hammer is like half of DC, half of Marvel, all thrown together and just shoved onto a farm, and it's so freaking good. It's almost like if Watchmen wasn't written by a psychopath. Like, really, it's literally as if Watchmen wasn't written by a psychopath. That's the best way to phrase it. So
By
like,
a wizard. He's
Huh?
a wizard. He's a wizard.
He's a wizard. Yeah, I could say Alan Moore is a wizard. Yeah, he lives in a cave, so that makes sense.
He calls himself a wizard.
He calls himself a wizard.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Of the new X-Men stuff besides Hellions, like I really enjoy Marauders. The
Yes.
whole idea of Kate Pride, being the Red Queen and on a boat as a pirate is really interesting, as well as Excalibur. I think those are two of the best of all of the X-Men stuff.
Okay. Fair enough. Jasmine, is there any books that you've been reading? Like, not even comics, just books in general. I know you read a lot of books that you
I
want to shout out for.
I finally finished A Dream So Dark, and it was fucking amazing. We knew that already. I also finished The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. She is the dungeon master for Spellcheck D&D. That one podcast that I suggested to you, but I don't remember if I actually sent it to you. So it's the one that Elle's in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I picked up her book to read a while back, and I never got around to it. I just now finished it, and it is incredible. She popped off. It was crazy. I also I'm like making my way through my TBR list, but for now, those are the ones that I have finally packed away. I was going to mention that I rewatched Ava DuVernay's A Wrinkle in Time again because I needed it, and I'm still mad that it didn't get the credit it should have because that movie is freaking amazing.
I think a lot of people just didn't understand it and thought there was like
it's a wrinkle in time. You're not supposed to understand it.
Exactly. Like everyone wants everything so like force fed to them these days that like I don't think a lot of people couldn't wrap their brain around it.
I think that's stupid, especially since the actual message of the story was very blatant, and I thought it was very well delivered, and I cried again because I'm a sensitive soul and everything's been really hard, and I just needed the reminder that you can be loved and precious and amazing and people love you, and I'm gonna stop talking now.
No, honey, you are valid. You are able to.
It's been a long month.
It has been a very long month.
I think that's why it was important that we got together and got this out there.
Yeah,
to find people out there.
100%.
Like it's been a rough month. Like we thought things were gonna come together, but it's just everyone's been dealing with all this drama, and it's just I'm glad
this
to know
is
y'all
not
are okay.
what I had in mind for 2020. I think it's not what anyone had in mind for 2020, but this was supposed to be my year, man. This was like I was gonna move out. I was gonna start my dreams.
The year ain't over yet.
You sure?
I had a Zoom birthday party. Like I had
oh my fucking god.
Hey, Kobe Bryant died on my birthday.
Please stop.
Like it's been it has been wild. Like
Happy
it has been wild.
Birthday?
Thank you.
Yeah, my birthday's gonna be in the summer or fall or whenever the world
right.
returns
Let me
to
just
some
change.
normalcy.
Let me change my day of birth. I like that idea.
For real though, like
this is my new birthday. Yeah.
This is the
Speaking of ideas, I know Travis had a good one he was cooking up.
Yeah.
Oh, the well, it was originally supposed to be like the hip hop Blerd connection, just because of mainly how much like it happened because I was watching Wu-Tang and they're all like kung fu nerds.
Or yeah.
Hell yeah,
No,
Method Man is Johnny Blaze.
Oh my god.
That's what he calls himself.
He does.
That's true.
All right, Ghostface Killer is Tony Stark. I think he adds an S. Don't he add an S to it though? Like Tony Stark's.
It's Tony Stark's.
Inspector Deck is the neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Hey, Wu-Tang's for the children.
You right.
Well, I guess I wanted to ask, like, what was there any music that kind of helped you connect not only with like yourself, like because it spoke to you, but like maybe there were some callbacks you thought of maybe when you were reading a comic or something like that.
I think what was cool, like I consider like the years 2009 and 2010 to be kind of a renaissance in hip hop, where you saw all these new artists come out and kind of take the torch and kind of push the genre forward. And I think with that, you saw a lot of rappers where I guess that kind of brought in like, what do they call it? The nerdcore.
Yup.
hip hop, or there's a lot of, or like kind of backpacker in hip hop. So it kind of was cool to be into hip hop but still be nerdy. Like you'd hear all these like comic book or like nerd culture references in different hip hop. Like I know
Mega Ran
Childish
literally is a
Gambino.
big black dude that raps about Mega Man and hip hop.
And then I just think that there's even just in the mainstream, not just that segment of hip hop. Like you got artists like Childish Gambino making kind of nerd references. I think Big Sean, like different artists like that, and that's kind of what made me realize like, hey, I could kind of have my foot in both of these worlds and not have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Honestly, for a long time, I didn't really connect hip hop in like my nerd life, and then I found a lot of different nerdcore artists, and it helped me a lot. I think this sounds dumb, but I think what helped me a lot was the fact that shows like Luke Cage and Black Lightning finally started to like put that good sound in with their soundtracks. Like I will never forget how much like I know Defenders and Iron Fist are a rough spot on like the stain of Netflix Marvel, but Protect Your Neck playing like during the end Defenders fight will always stick with me, and just like that helped resonate a lot with me. Like, yeah, my two favorite things can blend together and make something of it. So like I think that rocked with me a lot.
Right. I think Luke Cage did a very good job of that too, even though Luke Cage could come off as being kind of a little too preachy and corny in some segments. I'm looking at you, Dab. That I swear to God, I almost turned off. I almost threw my TV out the window after he did that.
Yeah.
But then you have other moments where he switches hoodies, man. Like that was probably one of my favorite moments in the whole show.
Yeah, he was like that whole moment right there. Like you knew it was a little bit forced, but you accepted it.
The funny thing about Luke Cage is all the episodes are named after rap songs. Like
Yeah.
the first season, all of the episodes were named after Gangstar songs, and then season 2, all of the episodes were named after P Rock songs.
Nice.
And
Really
then I think there was games like the Def Jam Vendetta series that really connected hip hop and video games. And I think it was even a bonus that they were actually really good games. So I remember the developer of those games, well, the first two at least, is behind like my favorite video game of all time, which is WWF No Mercy. And so that was all like very special to me because it was like I could see like a game that I love playing. We're behind it. There was essence of that in this game, and it had hip hop artists in it. Like I'm doing a spinning pile driver with DMX on the Fat Joe. Like this is crazy. And then there was that even weirder one. Remember Def Jam Icon?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the creative
like,
character.
Yeah. And there's like the DJ controls.
God.
The DJ controls that control like the background, and you could like make like a window explode and knock your character.
Blow up the gas station
so weird.
and shit.
But I loved it because you could be E40 in it, and this was like at the height of the hyphy movement. So like I'm like E40 and tell me when the Ghost playing in the background.
Oh
and
my
like,
god.
Yeah.
Ghost ride the whip. Ghost ride the whip.
Yes. Yes. Good times. I shook many a dreads to those songs.
Yes.
Yes. Back when Marcus used to have dreads.
Yes.
Marcus had dreads.
In my wilder.
Your wilder days. Oh my god.
What a time.
I mean, I feel
I'm trying to teach myself how to braid my hair.
Hey man, I went crazy and bleached my hair, so I can't.
I know you did. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get real creative with our hair pretty soon.
Yeah.
Something's got either these are going into braids or they are coming off of my head. Something is going to happen drastically. It's going to happen soon.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the bleach for a while, so I might even like keep redoing it for a hot minute. So it's just I needed something different.
Wildin'.
Oh, I'm wilding. Y'all like it?
Listen, I didn't say I didn't like it. I just, That's it. That's all I got.
Damn, it's like that.
No, it's not like that. You can wear your hair however you want to. You got however long before we got to go out in public again, right?
Damn, Jasmine, I'm so used to you being in my corner and saying and
Oh
validating
my
me,
God.
and then you gonna do this?
James,
Damn.
Yeah.
you shouldn't have posted that picture then. You should have just kept it to yourself.
Damn.
Damn.
It's fine.
Jeez.
You can roast me when I try to show you my braids, okay? How about that?
I mean, but like, I was digging the bleach. Y'all don't like it?
If you like it, you like it.
That's not what I asked you.
You know what? Our opinions don't matter, James. Your opinion is the only one that
God
matters.
damn.
If you feel it, then keep it.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying that you look like a rejected banana, man.
Oh my God.
It's all over.
God.
Well, it was great
Damn.
talking with y'all tonight.
Shit. Okay. Well, as I try to recover from this assault on my hair.
I gotta go.
No, you ain't done yet, mister. You ain't done yet. No, specifically you. You ain't done yet.
You look like a cue ball. You look like the number
Oh.
one ball.
Damn.
Oh God. Wait. What?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're fine.
No, but Marcus, you think you can leave us? What's up with that?
Hey, you know what? Like I said, I'm going on a journey of self-discovery, and I'm gonna go on my pilgrimage and take some time away from you lovely people. But I will be back, and I'll be back with a vengeance. It'll be like when Colorful Sting left, and then Crow Sting came. I'm just gonna be watching you guys from the rafters.
Oh my God.
Yo, point bats at us. Like,
yeah. Except I'm not gonna hit you with a bat unless
you know what's something. Like just a quick tangent is I think I just broke down and I got the WWE Network. And
No.
Hey, it's actually a good investment, but honestly, I think you might have got it at an interesting time because WWE is hemorrhaging money.
Yep.
WWE is hemorrhaging money, and Vince McMahon is being pricked because he's putting on WrestleMania, even though one of his biggest stars has what is it, immune compromise?
Yep.
Yeah.
So pretty much WrestleMania is a shit show right now.
Yep. You must have WrestleMania with no audience.
Yeah, no fans. It's a two-night event, but and like all their plans are falling out of place because wrestlers are getting sick. Wrestlers are scared to compete. Some guys,
a lot of people dropped out,
right,
saying that they're not going to come. Rightfully so, because it's like, let's not.
Right, and from
it's
what
not
I
going to
hear,
be, it's not going to be the quality of a WrestleMania because
exactly.
people aren't going to be there.
It's going to look like a house show, and
pretty much.
From what I hear, Vince McMahon is the only one who wanted it to go on, but he's the owner, so his word goes. But it just kind of shows you why there's an alternative on TNT called All Elite Wrestling that's getting a lot of fans and getting a lot of steam because Vince is kind of out of touch.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that like new wrestling type things are starting to come through, and like while WWE is fine.
Definitely, like they're iron. They still have a pretty big monopoly, but their grip is slipping.
The grip is slipping.
I've been looking at like old stuff, like that's why I got it, is because I had like for the last like 5-6 months, like I've been like watching like if you go to my YouTube, like when you open up my signed in YouTube, like it has a bunch of like wrestling shoot interviews and all kinds of other random stuff because I just been watching them a lot, and I was just like, I just want to see a whole match. Like I want to see old pay-per-views that I used to watch, like all of the Raws and Nitros and all kinds of other stuff. So I was like, and it's free.
Yeah,
also,
that's the great thing about it. That, and they have a lot of good documentaries on there too.
Right. So yeah, I bit the bullet and did that.
Yeah, I feel you. What's interesting is I haven't used Disney Plus ever since I finished The Mandalorian.
Man, my life has been Disney Plus for a minute. Clone Wars. Clone Wars is back. I
tried to watch the documentary about the MCU starting, and it started to talk about Iron Man. I started to cry, so I was like, I gotta turn this off. Like, what is wrong with me? Like,
Hey, Aaron, I love you 3000.
see,
Oh, man.
shut up.
No, hell,
Can't deal with it.
I loved finally when Black Panther hit Disney Plus. They put all the DVD bonus features on there, so I was able to rewatch the interview with with all the creators like Ta-Nehisi Coates and Christopher Priest and stuff like that. And
that's real dope.
That made that real like real for me because I never got around to watching it and just see how and it was so powerful to me watching Ryan Coogler just sit there and absorb what these creators were saying and not just like say, man, I don't care about what y'all think. I'm gonna be a I'm a Hollywood person. I don't care. No, like he's sitting there and taking it all in and how much T'Challa matters and how he began and all this stuff. And it was just like, damn, this is real. So like, I know people clown on Disney Plus and stuff like that, but sometimes it comes through when you need it. Like Clone Wars finally coming back, that shit meant everything to me, bro. Like the Bad Batch finally coming on my TV, that meant a lot.
I think the last thing I decided that I wasn't feeling it, and then I went to unsubscribe or whatever and I can't. I literally can't. I went to like 3 different websites, and it would not let me unsubscribe. And I was like, "This is some bullshit." So I'm kind of mad at Disney Plus right now.
Damn.
That's that Disney Empire not trying to let you go.
Yeah, I can feel it.
You're almost now.
I have 3 more days to figure out how to nuke them, or I'm just gonna call them and be like, "You need to get this shit off my card," because I ain't playing right now.
Lack of faith is disappointing.
Yo, I wish I'd never looked at this coronavirus map. Why did I look at this?
Damn.
Do not share it. Do not share it.
It's already in the Discord. What are you talking about?
It's the one Aaron posted.
Yeah, it's the Bing. It's the Bing thing.
This is why we don't fuck with Bing.
Come on. Come on.
That meme you post, is he beat up the Jonas Brothers?
Yeah, like that's one of the most iconic moments from South Park, from when the Jonas Brothers were on there and Mickey Mouse walks in, and like they do this whole thing where they made the Jonas Brothers like sell purity rings to little girls, and they want to take them off because they feel wrong selling like Christianity to children, and the Mickey Mouse walks in. And he says, the rings stay on. And Jonas Brothers go like, F you. And literally, Mickey Mouse just straight socks Kevin in the face and throws this man on the ground and starts just wailing on him. And it's just like, damn, that's real right there. And then he just goes, get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Do we got a problem now? He's like, no, Mr. Mouse. And like that shit got real.
Yeah, I think the last thing I watched a Goofy movie drunk, and that's the last thing I watched on Disney Plus. but I might try and
Did you do the dance moves and everything?
No, but I was singing my ass off. This was like 1 in the morning too. But I think I might try and watch the new Aladdin tonight. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
I liked it.
It's not new Lion King bad, but like it's alright.
Yeah, I watched that new Lion King. Did I talk about it here?
No, we didn't talk about it. Let's talk about it, Aaron. We got time.
I was pissed. I was like, what is this? Like,
I took my fiance to see it and she got mad at me.
Jeopardized the marriage.
Like it's just CGI lions and like these people that like literally no one but Donald Glover, James Earl Jones, and Baron Mordo want to be there. No one, and Seth Rogen, the dude playing the meerkat. Like no one else wants to be there.
Time out.
Beyonce don't want to be there. Beyonce sounds like Beyonce.
Donald Glover phoned it in. I think Beyonce sounded better than she did in that. Donald Glover besides the singing, he completely phoned it in.
That whole second half of the movie, like the point at which Simba, finds Nala and goes back. Like from that moment on, I'm like, I hate everything.
I hate everything.
No,
Like, I hated the
was
movie
that
The minute
so
they
much
cut
at
Be
that
Prepared
point.
into a speech, I was out. Like I couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah, that too was trash. I thought it was just initially I thought it was me. Like as I left the movie, I was like, that was terrible, but maybe it's me. Like because other people were talking about, oh, it's so great and blah blah, and I was like, maybe it's me because like I'm not like an animal person. And I couldn't really connect with the characters at all because they don't have any emotions. Like it's just
No, that was a problem too.
CGI like lions looking back at me, and they're not. It's not.
Yeah.
But then, like as I really started to think about it and like going through all the elements of the movie, I was like, no, it was bad, unnecessary.
It was average at best.
Like
think-
I tried so hard.
I think they were surprised. They were surprised with how good the Jungle Book was that they've been trying to recreate it ever since. And none of these live actions has been as good as the Jungle Book, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll give you that because Beauty and the Beast was ass. Cinderella was just nothing.
I forgot Cinderella even happened.
Aladdin
to
was
watch a bunch of
okay.
Disney Plus tonight. Is that what's happening?
Aladdin was okay. The reason why I say Beauty and the Beast was ass was because the fact that you have Emma Watson auto-tuning her heart out. You have CGI Beast who can't act for shit. Like
that CGI was bad too.
Yeah, Beast was the whole reason why the movie fell apart because Emma Watson is Emma Watson. She can kill any scene she's in, but she can't sing worth a damn. I love Gaston because Luke Evans can do anything, and I will always love him. I hated the whole LeFou is gay thing because it meant nothing. It just, and then all Lumiere and all that, they were great. But it felt like they were trying to reinvent the wheel and it didn't work. I'm not going to speak on the feminism portion of the movie because that's not my place. Jasmine, if you want to, you can speak on that. But
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't even seen it? I have my opinions on that because it felt like they were trying to bang it over the head more than the movie itself did. I think Lindsay Ellis, a YouTuber, has a whole episode on it where she just spells it all out. But in terms of the movie itself, it felt like trying to repaint the Mona Lisa. You can't do it. You needed to leave it alone, and you tried too hard to redo it, and it just. Those are my thoughts on
what are your thoughts on the upcoming live action remakes? We have Mulan coming up, and we have Little Mermaid coming up. I don't know if there's any other ones.
I know a lot of people are saying if you're not the audience for Mulan, you need to just take a seat. And I'm okay with that because they took out Mushu because originally the Chinese folk didn't like Mushu when it hit their theaters. So they took out Mushu. They took out the music except for any instrumentals. They made it more traditional Chinese. They took out Shang because apparently there was rumors that him being bisexual was a problem.
I hate that, but okay.
Yeah. It's more what Chinese audiences will love. It gives a lot of people representation, which is great. But a lot of people, from what a lot of critics are saying, is if you're not the audience for this, you need to just take a seat. That's all a lot of people are saying.
I was never a fan of the original Mulan. I don't even think I saw it, so I'm not interested in this.
What?
How dare you? What? That's what you need to watch tonight, Marcus. You need to watch Mulan tonight.
It never.
That is
it never
literally
interested.
one of this the only good. Well, it's not the only good one, but that's
one of the best.
That's one of the best.
If Mary heard this, she would kill you, Marcus.
It never interested me as a kid. I don't know why. I just didn't.
Mulan be catching bodies though.
She do.
Right.
So
Truly.
So yeah, and then all the political stuff going on behind the movie, it's really just made me not interested. And I'm gonna watch The Little Mermaid just to make racists upset.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am fully on board with that, but also as long as the music is there, I am down for Little Mermaid. I know there's
Under the Sea better slap. It better.
Yes,
slap.
yes, because after that live action thing with Queen Latifah and the chick from Moana, I'm like, Shaggy, no.
Oh, do you mean? Oh, you mean live?
Yeah, the live thing.
That was fun.
It was fun, but
you only have one job. If you're gonna get a regular, get someone that's actually Jamaican.
Yeah.
Don't get the dude from Detroit.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't me, still slaps to this day. It does. Put that
It
song
does.
on right now. Put that song on right now and tell me it doesn't slap.
Oh Lord.
What song?
It wasn't me,
Wasn't
but
me.
Shaggy.
Put that
Oh,
song on
yeah.
right now and tell me it doesn't slap.
Everyone's singing in their head right now. Everyone's at the. We were both butt
I'll sing it out loud.
Everyone's right about there.
Sing it out
Right?
loud after you, Joey.
Hey.
I fucking love that song.
Oh my God.
That song is amazing.
All right. Well, I do want to say, Marcus, that it has been an honor. It has been a privilege to have you a part of this journey we have taken the past season and a half. You have been one of the best additions that Shoot the Breeze / OCG has ever had, and
This isn't
I
his
am.
eulogy.
Huh?
I said this isn't his eulogy.
It's
Right,
not
right.
a eulogy, but I'm still gonna give him his props.
I'll be back.
Credit where credit is
You're
due.
stressing
And
me
also, I'm gonna give love. Hell, all of y'all, just like I know we've been all tore apart because of this virus, but I definitely want to still like shout it out. Like the past, this December, actually this July, panel to panel, like the thing that began everything will be 4 years old. And it makes me think about a lot of things. And I even tried to patch things up with my original co-founder of Panel to Panel, and it went sideways because how bad him and I had our separation. And it's made me thankful for all of y'all. Like I know that the past couple of years have been rough with everything that's been going on, but I am very thankful for all of y'all. And Marcus, I want you to know that I really do appreciate all the work you've done. And I can't wait for you to come back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. And I appreciate all you guys. You guys are all cool. I love how we all have different backgrounds and different interests, but we can all come together, under this site and do a lot of cool shit. And I appreciate you, James, and the rest of the editorial team for, giving me a shot and allowing me to do something I always wanted to do, but didn't really have the belief that I could do it. And so I really appreciate you giving me a platform to do this stuff. It's really fun. And Aaron, thanks for putting in a good word for me, bro.
That's
You
true.
already know
Aaron
what it
did
is.
bring you on. That's right.
Yeah. You already know what it is with me. I'm probably gonna talk to this fool tomorrow, so it ain't like it's a goodbye for. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys. You guys, I'll still be on social media. You can hit me up if you ever want to just chat, shoot the shit, share memes, roast people on social media, because that's always fun.
Yeah, you ain't leaving
can
Discord. You family to forever. You coming back. Don't think just because you're doing big stuff don't mean you ain't coming back.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I might have the Discord just muted, just because there'd be a lot of notifications sometimes. But my social media is still active, so you guys can hit the DMs or just mention me, and we'll shoot the shit.
All right, that's what's up. All right.
And number one, I will be back, and I'll be back with a vengeance.
Oh my God. All right, folks. Don't forget, you can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, YouTube. We are officially on iHeartRadio if you are a big fan of that app. So you can check us out, and we will soon be on Pandora. So make sure you check us out on those platforms. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Blerd Grounds. You can check out the website On Comics Ground on Twitter and Instagram at On Comics Ground. And you can check out the website oncomicsground.com. Put some hyphens between those words for me. That way you can check out all of Marcus's work, Aaron's work, Jazz's work, Travis's work, all of our work. That way you can see what we're about, excuse me, and see what we plan on doing in the future. So, and you can check out our other podcasts like Panel to Panel, our flagship podcast. You can check out our Spider-Man podcast, Living on the Edge. We do this stuff because we love it. So please make sure you are supporting what we do, because it all matters, especially now with as scary as the industry is. Like, your support definitely matters. And make sure you review us on Apple Podcasts. That way people can find us easier. I know our biggest audience is Apple Podcasts, so I wanted to make a note of saying that. And we will catch y'all next time. Marcus, since you were the last one for a hot minute, what is your closing statement for this episode?
Put your pussy online, give you $1,000.
Yes!
Oh God! He told me he was gonna do it. Man, God damn it!
Hey, shout out to Lil Boozy. Shout out to Boozy.
Man, fuck Boozy. Man, specifically fuck Lil Boozy.
Yeah,
Fuck
actually,
Boosie.
yeah, you're right. Fuck Boozy. We did talk about him a couple weeks.
You know, fuck Boosie. He
But
want to
that's
be a
a
homophobic piece of trash. He can be a homophobic piece of trash.
but that's a funny ass meme. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
I can't.
I will give you that. After that, Dr. Jones, you're the one who brings this person in here.
You're welcome.
What is
You're
your
welcome.
closing statement? What is your closing statement for this episode?
Just appreciate y'all. I'm glad we had the opportunity to chat today. And you know, I all I can say is definitely will miss having Marcus on the podcast every week. My college roommate, my homie, and yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. He ain't going nowhere. I won't let him. But also, wash your hands and stay your ass at home.
That is true. Wash your motherfucking hands.
Yeah, I'm right.
Like hell, the cast of Watchmen put out a great video. Wash your motherfucking hands.
Oh, that video was amazing. I missed that
Yeah.
show so much.
Same. Jasmine, what is your closing statement for this episode?
Marcus, we're gonna miss you. I wish you the best in all of your endeavors. Can't wait for you to get back. Wash your damn hands. Stay your ass at home. Freeze rent and mortgages.
Yes.
Maybe.
Boom, boom.
And support artists in this trying times because you guys
Definitely.
would be going crazy without us.
I just put in some commissions for some work for my Twitch channel, so I wanted to make sure I put some love out there
Hell
for some
yes.
folks.
Josh, I'm going to need to know all about the PhDs you teach yourself while we're in quarantine when I come back.
I will let you know.
Travis, you got some closing words for this episode?
Marcus, I am gonna miss your ass.
Yes, sir. My fellow light-skinned brother.
Yes,
Oh my god.
keep it woke and staying light skinned. That's how you do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My third eye is open right now.
Anything else, Travis?
I just wanted to ask you guys if you guys are buying sacred ground for the Blerds to prosper later on.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, say that again. You kind of broke up. Say that again.
Are y'all brothers and sisters buying grounds for the Blerds to prosper on?
Hey, donations. Donations. Gifts.
Oh my god. All right. Well, on that one, my closing statement is wash your motherfucking hands. Take care of one another because times right now is hard. I found I found out someone on my stream team might have the corona. So stuff is rough right now. Take care of one another. It's just it's gonna be a long road. We got a president who can't make up his motherfucking mind about what's going on. 1 minute he says
they're numbered.
One minute he says we all gonna be healed like a miracle. Next minute he says it's a crisis. The next day he's saying we all gonna be in church on Easter. He can't make up his damn mind.
Let's just vote Bernie. Get it over with.
I'll take a fucking 2x4 named Plank at this point. Like I don't give a fuck. Like, just something that ain't this stupid Cheeto. I'm so sick of it. Like
2020.
I will take your stimulus check on the 6th, but also F you. That's how I feel.
No, that's my money.
It is our money. You're right. It is our money. You check out taxes every motherfucking year. But like, and also, I saw the greatest meme. And I want to. I forget who posted it, but I'm gonna shout them out anyway. They had the greatest meme last week was black folks getting these stimulus checks, but we still ain't got reparations. And that's how.
Yep.
Hello.
Things to ponder on.
Yep, thanks to ponder on. We're gonna leave it there. Thank y'all so much for listening to this episode of Blerd Grounds. We will catch y'all next time. Peace out.
3.5 trillion.